So today we're going to be taking a closer look at Titanfall. Now this is a game I did mention in one of my videos last week, and a lot of you guys did seem to have a lot of interest in this game, and it definitely is a title I want to cover in detail on my channel when it's released in March. Now during that video, a lot of you guys were saying you didn't really know a lot about Titanfall. Of course, this is a brand new title. We've never seen a Titanfall game before, and of course it's from a brand new developer, Respawn Entertainment. So there is quite a lot of questions still surrounding this game, so I thought today we'd take a closer look at all the information we have so far. So Titanfall is a brand new futuristic FPS title developed by Respawn Entertainment, a brand new company made up from devs who've worked on Call of Duty and the old Medal of Honor titles. Now this game is going to be published by EA Games, and we have a release date of the 11th of March 2014. Now unlike a lot of other EA titles that have all been developed on the Frostbite engine such as Need for Speed, FIFA, Medal of Honor and of course Battlefield, this game is actually being developed on the Source engine. Now games that have been developed on this include Team Fortress 2, Portal, Portal 2, Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. So this game may not look graphically as good as the likes of Battlefield 4, but it does have a great history when it comes to netcode for FPS shooters. So it's pretty safe to say hopefully we won't see the same problems we've seen with Battlefield 4. Now unfortunately this game isn't exclusive, only available to the Xbox One, the Xbox 360 and the PC. Now the Xbox 360 version is actually being developed by a completely different team to the Xbox One and PC version, so I think it's pretty safe to say we're going to see a completely different experience with the last gen version of this game. Now the game itself is an entirely multiplayer based game, there's no single player aspect to be found, but that doesn't mean there's no storyline to the game. Drew McCoy, one of the developers, is quoted saying, "When you first start to play the game, you'll play multiplayer campaign, which takes bits and pieces you're used to having in single player like story, characters and big moments that really contextualize what you're doing. So this means when you first start playing the multiplayer, there'll be storyline based objectives that you have to complete. Now the storyline itself of course takes place in the future on the frontier of the galaxy, and the two main forces involved are the IMC, a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and the M-Corps, a rebellion homefront style militia. Now all battles take place between Titans and pilots, and all players spawn in as pilots and then can call in Titans on their command with a 2-minute delay. Now this time can be reduced by gaining points by taking objectives and killing enemy players. Now once you've called in your Titan, you can command where you want it to land before you take control and pilot it. Now other players can take these from you, they aren't dedicated to a single player, so once you've called it in, you need to be careful and make sure you get your hands on it. Now players can call in Titans multiple times during a single match. Once you've called in a Titan and you've used it and it's been destroyed, you can then just wait 2 minutes before calling in another. Now for both factions in the game, there are a choice of 3 different Titans and 3 different pilots. You have a choice of Battle Titans, Heavy Weapon Titans and High Explosive Titans, each with different weapons and different capabilities. You can also then add attachments to these Titans and improve them as you play the game. Now the choice of pilots include the Assault Pilot, very similar to the Assault class in Battlefield 4, the Tactical Pilot, more like the Recon class in Battlefield 4, and the CQB Pilot, very similar to the Engineer class. Now each pilot has a choice of a primary weapon, a secondary weapon, an anti-Titan weapon and a special ability, as well as some type of grenade. Now when creating your class, you can mix together any type of Titan with any type of pilot, so there's going to be a lot of different choice when it comes to combinations of the best type of pilot with the best type of Titan. Now one of the big questions surrounding the gunplay of Titanfall is there going to be snipers. Now they have come forward and revealed that sniping is going to be available in Titanfall, but there isn't going to be any quick scoping or no scoping available. You have to be aiming down sight to take a shot with the sniper rifle, so we're not going to see that fast-paced sniping action we have seen in the likes of Call of Duty. Now during the online matches, you'll not only be playing against other online characters, but also AI bots. Now you may think this is quite a strange thing to see in a multiplayer FPS game, to be playing against AI characters. Now of course, as we said earlier on, there's a lot of story and campaign tied into the multiplayer, so these AI bots are essential to the game. And they also make it feel a lot more authentic and feel like a real war with a lot of soldiers running around on the map at once. Now the scoring system is very similar to that as you would expect with other first-person shooters such as Call of Duty and Battlefield, gaining 500 points for killing a mech, 500 points for killing an enemy player, and 25 points for killing an AI character, as well as extra points for assists and taking objectives. Now one of my biggest concerns when we first got to play the game was, were the Titans going to be overpowered compared to the pilots? But you find that because there are so many Titans in the match, players fighting as Titans barely take any time to take out pilots. They're too busy fighting other Titans. So you find during the match, there are really two different types of battle going on. You have fights between Titans and fights between pilots and pilots. You rarely get killed by Titans when you're running around as a pilot. Now finally, one of the other great features I really enjoyed from playing this game was the epilogue feature at the end of each match. And this again ties into that campaign story style multiplayer. If your team win the round, you have 30 seconds to kill as many enemy players trying to escape the match as possible. If your team lose, you'll be shown a random location where a dropship will come in and try and rescue you, and you have to get to that escaping dropship as quickly as possible. And if you're killed in that time, you're out of the round and you have to go back to the menu. So again, it brings in this kind of multiplayer campaign aspect to the game. So that rounds up this brief overview of Titanfall. I just wanted to cover the basics to begin with. Of course, as this game is revealed and we see more and more, I'll be going into more detail, and of course, hopefully if we get a beta, I will be covering that in detail as well. So if you did enjoy this video and want to see more Titanfall on my channel, tell me in the comments below, and don't forget to support the video by hitting the like button. But in the meantime guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.